If I am Pochi, who is your kita? Hmm.
That's a good question. Answer the question, Nina. We're all waiting.
I think maybe.
Hey, it's taco time, Taco Dachi. What's up? My name is Neo, and I'm gonna be reacting to this video about Ina talking about the introverts and extroverts, or maybe I guess just the extroverts and holo memes, right? I think in the thumbnail for this video it was like saying something to the effect of they're not extroverts, and I think it was like a picture of, let me look at the channel. Subscribe to Made of Cherry 2. Speaking while I'm here. Oops, that's not what I'm trying to react to. Where was the thumbnail? It was like 13 days ago. I was just looking at it. Okay. They're not extroverts. Okay. She's saying like these two, basically Bae and Kiara, are not extroverts. That actually surprised me a little bit. Right? Not Kiara. I think I've heard that Kiara, I think I've heard her say multiple times that she's not an extrovert, right? Like, but Bae though, Bae kind of surprises me. I actually kind of pegged her as an extrovert. Probably like one of the most extroverted, at least, out of like the first two gens, you know? And for a while it was just Gen 2, right? And I just kind of thought, I was thinking maybe it would be nice to have a little bit of a prediction, not really a tier list, but like a little prediction list for like who would be considered introverted or extroverted in Hololive English. I know I have like JP in here, but I don't know too much about them enough to make a call. But okay, let's just get straight to this, right? So my prediction for this would be, I don't think anybody in Myth is an extrovert at all. I don't think I've seen that in any capacity. Maybe Callie and maybe Kiara a little bit, but I think like Kiara, I probably would have mistaken her for an extrovert unless I saw a decent amount of her content, right? And because I watched some of her content, I watched like the way that she kind of like talks about, how she acts IRL. Yeah, definitely not an extrovert. Apparently she barely gets out of her house. Who would have known, right? Callie never really struck me as an extrovert. Like, not really. I feel like out of the 5 in Myth, I think she probably would be the most extroverted, but she's like, I feel like I have a bit of some similarities with Callie, where like when I was still going to school, I feel like a lot of my classmates would like also kind of mistake me for an extrovert, but like I like I've always been like an introvert. I guess I just hit it well on occasion, because sometimes it was pretty darn obvious, and I kind of see that in Callie as well. She seems like a person who's like kind of good at hiding that she's an introvert when it seems like it would it works for the occasion, If you're hanging out with like a bunch of other introverts, right, someone's got to be like the extrovert in the group, and I felt like that was I feel that calling sometimes, whenever you're in an introverted friend group, right? But yeah. So yeah, I don't think anybody in Myth was an extrovert at all. Iris is honestly a bit of a mystery. Like I can't really tell with her. If I had to, like, I think I do lean towards Iris being an extrovert. Probably like even compared to Myth, I think she was like easily the most extroverted. I feel like whenever I see her like interacting with like other holo memes, she seems to just like really just put herself out there like fairly easily, right? That's my impression. But I don't know. I feel like Iris maybe just kind of acts like that around people that she's comfortable with, right? So, oh man. Oh, I don't think I've seen enough. I haven't really seen enough of Iris talking about how she is off of Hololive, like outside of Hololive, right? I don't really hear her talk about it too much, so it's hard for me to really tell. Extrovert. I don't know if I want to put her an extrovert because I don't know. I really don't know. Okay, I really don't know. So I mean, that's the reason why I have the question marks, right? So I'm gonna put her in question marks. She's a mystery. Maybe she much like her Nephilim character, she embodies both introvert and extrovert qualities. She has both. She has both angelic and demonic tendencies. I don't know. I think she kind of skirts the line a bit. She kind of comes off as both, depending on the situation. I lean towards extrovert, right? Like kind of similar to how like there's an introvert that gets mistaken as extrovert. I feel like Iris could be like the opposite of that, where she kind of like, you know, I don't think being shy necessarily makes you an introvert, right? It's a prominent trait, but I feel like Iris, she can be shy, but also extrovert at the same time. I feel like that's what I kind of see with her, but honestly, question marks. Fauna, obviously introvert. Saplings, you know what I'm talking about. I've watched enough of Fauna to know that she is very introverted. Very, very introverted. Like, I remember, like, honestly, like, one of her first goals was to, maybe year 1, year 2, she wanted to put herself out there more and like, ask for collabs, right? The fact that that's a goal means that, like, it probably takes her, like, a certain amount of effort to, like, do those things. And the only way, like, those kind of things take effort is if you're an introvert. Like, honestly, like, trying to ask for collabs, I would imagine that for an extrovert, it's like comes as naturally to you as like breathing air. But like for an introvert, that's like, ooh, yeah, like we will like logic our way into thinking that maybe we shouldn't do it. I don't know if that's like the way it works for all introverts, but it definitely works that way for me. And I think I don't know if it works that way for Fauna, but you know, it took effort to set up a lot of collabs, and she did end up doing that, by the way. So definitely proud of her for that. Yeah, as an introvert, I know that is not easy. That is not easy at all, even if it's with people that you work with. Crony, introvert. Now, do I really need to justify that? She's got like introvert vibes all like everywhere. But like she's like she's probably like good at like she might actually be like an extrovert that like kind of gets mistaken for introvert. I kind of see that in her too, because she just kind of so obviously looks like an introvert that if she actually is an extrovert, it probably would be like hard to detect, right? I think Mume is pretty obviously an introvert. I've seen enough of her talking about it, like, you know, talking about how her life is outside of Hololive. Yeah, she's I think she actually might be like the most introverted, probably the most introverted in like Hololive English in general. that's the vibe I get from her. Now Bae, I wonder if that was clickbait in the thumbnail. I still think she's an extrovert. I just kind of see it in her. even though she's like more chill and laid back than she used to be, right? 'Cause she used to be like super high energy, right? And like she's toned that back a little bit because that's not how she really is, right? She's usually pretty chill, but I still see the extrovert in her. I still see it. I don't know even if she told me she was an introvert, I would kind of doubt it a little bit, right? I kind of want to see if that thumbnail was clickbait, right? Maybe Ian's gonna say, oh yeah, Bay's an extrovert, but Kiara's definitely an introvert, right? Like maybe that's where that thumbnail is going. I don't know. But yeah, Sana, introvert. Sana definitely comes off as like a person that like, if you don't know her very well, she seems like an extrovert, right? But like if you talk to her, like listen to her for a bit, definitely an introvert. That's like, I don't know, like that's just kind of like that's just kind of how I see her. I kind of see her as a introvert. It's been a while since I've watched Sana's content, so it's hard for me to really like pinpoint on a reason. But that's like just a general vibe. I guess it's just like my memory of her. Shiori, introvert. I mean, just look at her character design, right? She's the girl that you want to fix. Yeah, she's kind of like, she kind of spends a lot of time on the internet. I feel like for like just the way that she portrays herself, she definitely has those introverted vibes. Bibu, introvert. Starting to see a pattern here in Hololive English. Are you starting to see a pattern here? They're all introverted. Almost all of them are. If Bay's an introvert, then like everybody's an introvert, I think. Yeah, I think Bibu is pretty clearly an introvert. Like, I think I remember some of her goals was just like make friends to play games with. I feel like early on, right, when she was first like debuted. And that sounds like it's such an introvert goal. I have to like put her up there. Now, Nerissa, I think this one would confuse a lot of people. I feel like Nerissa kind of, she's similar to Sana, similar to Kiara, where she gives off the extroverted vibes a lot, because she speaks very she's very opinionated, right? She speaks very boldly about things that she cares about, right? And like if she has like things that she's thinking, she'll let you know. But she's an introvert. Nerissa's an introvert. The way that she speaks her mind comes off to me as a way an introverted person would speak their mind, right? She's I see her as an introvert. I'm not really seeing it. I don't really see a lot of the extrovertedness in her. She's like, it's a lot like Kiara, right? Where you kind of see she has a lot of energy when she speaks in collabs and stuff. She brings out a lot of like, especially energy when it comes to like other Holo memes. But I think it's really that's the kind of environment that she kind of shines in, right? That's where she shows her extroverted like side of her. But I don't think that's how she is just like normally, right? You're not always like, if you're Nerissa, you're not always hanging out with Holo members, right? That's like something you do on collabs. That's what you do in off collabs. That's what you do when you go on trips, right? But outside of that, I get the introverted vibes, man. I get the introverted vibes. She sounds like I remember when she was talking about like how she was like as a person that in school being into anime, like being one of the few people into anime and stuff. And I don't know, when she told those stories, I just got the introverted vibes. I just got them. That's just how I kind of saw it. Okay, now Fuwamoko. I think they're both introverts, to be honest. I think if I had to say between the two, I'd say Fuwawa would be the extroverted one. That's kind of like, I feel like she talks more often, and she puts herself more out there. I think she actually is an extrovert, but she because she has Mokoko, she doesn't really have to rely on her extroverted side so much when socializing, right? So it's kind of hard to see it. I don't see a lot of examples, because like usually when the way that you can kind of tell whether a person is introvert or extrovert is really I did not spell introvert right. I just noticed that just now. Yeah, like it's hard to see that with someone who is like, you know, who has a twin, because you know they communicate primarily with their twin, right? So you don't really see a lot of like this person. You wouldn't see a lot of Fuwawa just interacting with people on her own. So I mean, and I feel like that's the way you would have to like truly know if someone is like introverted or extroverted, right? But when I see their dynamic, I feel like Mukoko is the one who gets like nervous a lot more easily, which like, you know, very cute personality, you know, and like Fuwawa seems to be the more outspoken one, you know. That's just that's where I'm seeing it. I'm not sure if she's really an extrovert, but like, I mean, do I feel like this is my intuition speaking. This is me speaking from the gut here. I feel like with like when you have like you know, twins, and I really do think they're twins IRL. You know, maybe they're not, but yeah, I get the feeling like, you know, when there's, you know, you got a pair of twins, one is going to be introvert, one's going to be extrovert. I think it's that's just kind of like, just to me it makes sense in my brain. If you have a twin, you know, let me know if that's like, if I'm completely like just spouting like BS here. I mean, I think one of the twins is definitely going to be more extroverted than the other, but I don't know if that necessarily makes that twin in particular extroverted in general. But I think just because they looks a little bit lonely here, I'm gonna put Fuwawa up here. Okay, Liz is a tough one also. Liz is also really tough to tell. I don't really see a lot of Liz talking about her life yet, her personal life. Not that, you know, like, again, that's not like something that, I mean, again, like, I'm not saying it like it's like a bad thing. You know, if you're in Hololive, share as much as you feel like you need to. I'm not like saying you should or not, right? But you know, like most of the time when I see Liz content, it's like I see her karaoke's, I see her doing impressions, I see her in you know, collabs. I don't know if I see her as an extrovert. I can kind of see it. Because she is kind of like has a leadership role in Holo Justice, right? Maybe that's just the lore speaking, yeah, but like so like just like that, her being there kind of makes me think extrovert, but really I feel like she could be kind of either. But my intuition is telling me introvert for some reason. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I don't really have a lot to like say why. If I had to guess, if I had to say, I think maybe like most of what I can like get from her would be like the impressions, the voice acting she does. You know, I like to do like a lot of like little silly voices, impressions and stuff. I'm nowhere near as good as she is. Like, not even. She is like, hold on, I gotta say this like for right now. I think Liz, honestly, S tier impressionist, S tier. honestly, I don't see a lot of impressionists as good as she is, right? She is like probably the best impressionist that I've actually seen, like ever. I don't see a lot of good ones, and she does so many different voices so well. And I think I want to do a video about it later. I don't know when, but I just like I love impressions. I love like watching people who do impressions, and I don't really see a lot of people who are as good as Liz. And I feel like to be a good impressionist, right? As a person who sucks at doing impressions, I feel like it takes a lot of practice, a lot of like internal like thinking of like how other people talk and how like why they speak that way. And I feel like just like having that, spending a lot of that time in your own head, I feel like that's kind of a hallmark introverted thing. That's just my gut feeling mostly. But yeah, there it is. That's why I think Liz is an introvert. Gigi, another question mark. Gigi is hard. Gigi is really hard to tell. Because she is really funny, and she's really good at like collaborations. I feel like I don't know enough about Holo Justice, except for maybe Rauda, because I watch a lot of Rauda. But Gigi is probably the one I watch the second most amount. But I mostly just like watch her with her bits, right? Like doing her like comedic bits and stuff. She's funny. I might be completely wrong with this, but I get extroverted vibes from her a little bit. This is all just like a gut feeling. I honestly don't know with Gigi. But I don't really see a lot of the introverted side of her. Like, sometimes I feel like for me, like to get pulled in either of these directions, I need to see like, I kind of have like mental tally marks, right? Between like, oh, this person said this thing that makes me think that they might be an introvert. This person acts this way that makes me think they might be an extrovert, right? I have like a little mental list of tally marks for each member, right? And I know not just each member, but like every person that I ever meet, right? I just kind of like do this without really thinking about it. I don't think about it too much. It's just kind of like it builds onto my personal intuition, right? And from what I've seen with Gigi, I see more of the extrovert than I see of the introvert. But I think she could be either one, honestly. She could easily be just as easily an introvert, but I don't think she skirts the middle as much as someone like Iris, right? Because I've seen a lot of Iris and I really can't tell with her. I really can't tell with Iris. Cece, I think, is very clearly an introvert. I think, yeah. I don't know if there's like a lot of disputing that. Yeah, she just kind of like, I think she might be like the most introverted in Justice, right? Yeah, that's like it's just a vibe. She puts the introverted vibe like out there heavy, right? Like I don't see her doing anything kind of extroverted, really. Like the most extroverted you see from her is when she's talking with Rauda, right? I think Rauda just kind of brings it out of her, but like that's classic introverted person, right? You only show yourself like your personality shines more when you're around people that you're comfortable with. Speaking of Rauda, I think Rauda to me is probably like the most extroverted, like the most obviously extroverted to me. I have not seen. I think I see her. I don't see her any like introverted with her, to be honest. I don't see it. I watched a decent amount of her content and the way that she talks, right? There was like I think I saw a clip not too long ago about how she she felt kind of depressed from being isolated so often while she was in Japan, because there's not, well, she's not there with her family. You're in a country full of people who don't like speak your language, right? And she even like English, right? She's not her English isn't like super strong, so yeah, and I feel like the classic extroverted trait is feeling like some kind of like sadness when you're not able to like talk to people like a certain amount, right? Just like kind of like the opposite with like introverts. Like if you talk with people too often, it tires you out, right? I feel that all the time whenever I'm like out and about, right? So Dauda, I feel like it's probably like the most easily extroverted. I feel the most confident saying that she's extroverted. But I think I would put them, all four of these Holomems, as like probably like the most extroverted in Hololive. Even if not all of them are extroverts, like strictly speaking, I think they are definitely the most extroverted. I might put Iris up there too, but Iris really is kind of a mystery sometimes, in a good way. It's like, it's like, she I don't, cause like I feel like she's like the other Holomems kind of like say that she acts a little bit like low-key like a princess, which makes me think introvert. But when I see the Yabira stuff, that feels so extroverted. It's so and it's so weird. And I feel like I get like, whenever she talks about her like personal life, she checks off both like introvert and extrovert like tally marks every time. Yeah, she really is kind of in the middle. But yeah, that's the tier list I got. I mean, not the tier list. That's the introverted extroverted list I got, right? And I see that, like, as time moves on, we see more and more of the extroverts in the Hololive, and I think that's interesting, because just generally speaking, I don't know if we see a lot of like extroverted VTubers just in general, even in indies and stuff. So to see them in Hololive, especially amongst all these introverts, right? No, not saying it like it's a bad thing, but I feel like they really add to like they add interesting dynamics to the groups, especially during collabs. They really shine during collabs. You can really see it. They just kind of bring a certain energy to them, like whenever they're in like whenever they're like with other Holomems. I don't know how else to say it. I feel like I said that like 3 times in different ways. But anyway, I'm gonna get back to the video. Let's see how good my predictions were, huh? Yeah. Let's not forget. Let's not let the tier list distract from the fact that I originally wanted to react to this video. And let's see how my prediction went.
Debating if I should take everything out of my luggage or not, or just leave it here for months. Probably selling on the latter. I mean, it's one thing having.
That's how I am all the time. Unless I really force myself. Like I had to really force myself to unpack. I just came back from a trip also, and it's tempting to just like leave all my clothes in the bag, and I'll just like take them out and then wear them, and then put them in the laundry, right? Excuse me. But yeah, I feel that,
in my luggage and knowing where they are versus me deciding to take things out of the luggage and forgetting where I put them.
I don't know about the forgetting part.
Dresser. Basically, yes. I mean, I have one where I have all the all the equipment, which I know where all the wires and stuff are.
Wait, it's
and
in your
then
dresser?
I have clothing and miscellaneous one.
Wait, you have a dresser with both like your equipment and your clothes in it? Why don't you just get another dresser? Wait, but why don't you just have a full dresser just for clothes? Wait, unless she maybe doesn't wear, like, she doesn't have like a big wardrobe. Maybe that makes sense. Okay, I can see that making sense if like her wardrobe's pretty like minimalistic.
And then I have a full-on clothing one. But at the same time, it's like been so hot that I have to do laundry so often. So I do have to take out all my clothes at one point. Does the place have good AC? I mean, it has AC. I think it's not like an old AC or anything. It's just a regular AC. It was in North America, I think, right? I do have it on quite often. I'm kind of scared to see the electricity bill, but you know what? I'll work hard to make up for it.
That's rough, yeah, that's
honestly,
rough.
The heat
oh
itself...
God, AC electricity bill, oh my God. If you know, you know.
It's not too bad for me because, well, I don't go outside if I don't have to. I honestly thought that it was gonna be really bad.
Let's go.
So I was kind of scared getting to Japan. But I think because I was prepared for the worst, that it wasn't as bad. Like, I walked around outside in daytime, like when it was the hottest around.
Oh, because like you're prepared for the worst in terms of weather. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so like my trip was also in Japan. Like recently, like maybe like just last week, as of this recording, right? But I went to Sapporo, right? Like, which is like north of Japan, like or northern Japan. So it was hot, but I think it was not as hot as what she experienced, right? It was like in Tokyo, it's kind of like record-breaking heat right now. Same for Sapporo, but Sapporo is like, you know, it's up north. It's cooler up there. I was expecting worse because it's still Japan. And it was pretty hot. But yeah, like I think it was not as bad as it wasn't even as bad as I thought it would be, right? There were actually times I had to go up a mountain a couple times, right? And like especially in those moments, everything was like pretty chilly actually.
Noon to like 4 p.m. and I was doing pretty okay. I mean,
nice.
I might not have looked like I was doing okay, but internally I wasn't like frustrated or anything. I remember when I was little, I lived in like a really humid place.
Imagine IRL, you know, just like looking like she's suffering, but she's just actually like, it's okay. So pay no attention to my exasperated expression.
Of a humid place. When it gets to like a certain heat level and humidity level, I get really like, ugh, you know?
Especially the humidity part. I cannot handle humidity, guys. I'm like so used to the dry climate. Like, yeah, humidity is just like, that's just when I just sweat all the time. And I just need constant water because I'm just sweating all the fucking time.
Like, please don't talk to me because I will melt. But I'm doing pretty well, actually.
Yep.
I've been trying to drink a lot of water, sports drinks if I feel like I was sweating too much.
Yeah, Pocari
Make sure
sweat.
that I always wear like a hat, taking my vitamins every day.
Aquarius
I've
sometimes.
been debating getting...
She say so. Hold on. What'd she say about a jacket?
Like I was sweating too much. Made sure that I always wear like a hat, taking my vitamins every day. Exactly. I've been debating getting.
I thought she said something
like
about a jacket.
The fancy sun parasols. Everyone has like a
Those are tempting. Sun parasols, especially. Oh man, especially in some countries. This is like the hottest summer of all time, right? So like now is the time to break out those sun parasols if you feel like you need them. At least get some like sunscreen, right? Man. Yeah, like I had enough overcast in Japan that I didn't really need it so much. But like down south, I'm sure it probably like it would have been like really hot.
Like a sun umbrella. I don't know what else you call it. I want to get like a cute one.
I think she got it right.
I want to get
Parasol.
like a normal one. I don't know where I would go to get a cute one. A parasol. I don't know. If I say parasol, it seems too like high
fancy?
class, like fancy, like.
It sounds too. Like, sounds like you need to hold up your pinky. You're like, oh, like I was just carrying around my parasol. Oh yes, yes, quite.
I guess because just the word parasol seems like something very like, you know, ojo-sama, but like, I will use my lace parasol this one.
That's because like it's always the Josamas who are using the sun parasols. They need protection from the sun because they're so fucking pale because they spend all their time in the castle. I mean, she's kind of true. She's kind of right. But I feel like these days everybody needs one, not just the Josamas.
It is pretty common. Yeah. I'll be honest with you. The sun intensity is not as bad as back home because the
Okay.
sun intensity wise, like, is pretty bad back home, I have to say. But at least at home, it's pretty dry-ish, kind of.
Okay, yeah. I think she's oh, that's a cute place to stop, to pause. I like that. Yeah. Yes, it's very similar how like the sun is worse, right? In terms of like the actual like getting burnt up from the sun, I think it's worse like in North America, right? But then when you go over to like a place like Japan, it's humidity that is really gonna get you. And because it's humid, that means there's more moisture. Because of all the moisture, you might end up with like a little bit of overcast, right? So like the sun doesn't really get you as bad, as it does in dry places.
Kind of. I don't know. I've never felt like my head felt like it was burning off here compared to back home. Like if I go outside back home in the sun without a hat, I probably would feel like my hair would catch on fire or something.
I've actually experienced not the fire. My hair's never caught on fire, but I do get what she's talking about. Like just walking outside, on a hot day in North America, right? Especially during the summer, like around now. I think I got really close to getting a heat stroke one time. I think it's like you just feel like a strong headache, and like it's just nothing caused it other than just how hot it is.
Because it's that intense. It makes the sun feel definitely a lot stronger.
But I think heat stroke may have been the wrong terminology, but you know what I mean. It's like it's so hot that you just got a headache. I've only experienced that like maybe once or twice in my life, and I don't recommend it for anybody. Like keep yourself in shade. Don't try to tough it out. Like a person versus the sun's gonna win every single time, okay? No matter how much sunscreen you have.
Here in high humidity, it feels like it's hot, but the sun rays are dissipated because of the humidity. Maybe it's just me. But basically it just feels like I got out of a really hot shower and I can't get out of that hot feeling outside. It's like when
you get out of a hot shower and like you still feel like because the shower was hot, you feel like you're sweating a little bit. Yeah, and unless you're in like a super air-conditioned room, you're never gonna feel like you're gonna like completely dry. You're just gonna like constantly have this like flow of like a layer of sweat on you all the time, even after a shower. It sucks. I hate humidity.
When you first get out of the shower and the bathroom still has that hot, steamy heat, it just feels like that. Except it never goes away unless you have good air conditioning. I haven't had to do anything where I had to, stand outside.
Oh my god, either. It's so fucking relatable.
So, other than that, not much so far. There has been a few rehearsals and stuff, but nothing.
Ooh, I'm looking forward to.
Yet. Have I met any other members yet? I met a couple. I don't know.
Oh, here we go.
If I can spoil anything. I don't want to spoil anything. I can't say I met Bay though. In Cali. I think as soon as it landed, I was like, I didn't have any plans after I landed. So
what did y'all do?
That
please
Cali
share
and
with the
Bay
class.
were gonna go eat dinner together, and I was just like, hey guys, mind if I butt in? I met up with them. I met a couple others, but maybe I can talk about it another time.
Now, Ina, even as an introvert, Ina somehow manages to like pull off a certain kind of. She's like a very charming person. I feel like, just like she works. She's good at like being charming with like how you know how even though she's not like super open, right? Like an extrovert is, she she definitely knows how to like be funny, and be charming with other people. I think she's like that's one of those things that she's like really good at. I've kind of noticed that about Ina over the years.
The problem sometimes is like when we do rehearsals and stuff, I can be like, oh, I met so and so and so, but then it ends up being like spoilers for if I met them for work stuff. So I see Mimo and Shuri.
That's a shame. I wish people felt like they could just like talk about it more often. I like really like say that you met Rauda, right? She met Rauda or like Gigi. Just like what does that spoil really? Like then we find out that there's like I guess spoiling maybe there's an upcoming off collab. Do those really need to be like big surprises? I think it's I think that's just the fact that you can talk about it, ends up on a clip. I think that's a good surprise, and it gets people like hyped up, and then people start looking forward to like possible off collab, or something. Let me know what you think about that. Do you think that like like being able to like not being able to talk about your like who you're with, you think that's like kind of a you think that's like a spoiler thing? I don't think so. But yeah, let me know. Adjust my mic a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay.
I did. I had to watch Shuri's VOD, but I watched a bit of people's live. Seeing them move, seeing them actually move.
Oh, the
like
3D.
unreal.
Nice. Yeah.
They
Isn't
look
that
great.
crazy? That was so
They look
good.
great. They're so
I love
cool.
them.
I especially like people's little
The
legally
T-pose?
distinct fight.
The vi-
I don't know how else to phrase it. Any JP members in college?
her Holo Souls fight with Kyla. I need to watch those 3D those three. I don't know if I can react to them. It's been a while, so I don't know like how fresh it would be to like just react to them. So I think I'm just gonna watch them and then like react to like people talking about it, in clips.
I don't think so. It's all just been Ian so far, anyways. Any new koi? Oh, I guess maybe I can say I did run into Naura.
Okay.
Just
Okay, here we go.
One time, of course, I got a hug. Except like we were doing a.
Oh my God, Rauda got to hug Ina. That must have been like a dream come true for her. I think Ina was like actually her favorite, even though she won't really admit it because she does the classic. Oh, they're all my favorite, but she specifically mentioned Ina first. I think she she was like part of the inspiration for her like learning how to draw. I think, right? Yeah. To be a fly on that wall, right? To see that happen, that'd be so fucking adorable. I hope Ina and Rauda get to collab during Rauda's 3D debut. That'd be so nice.
A rehearsal, I think. Well, I was doing a rehearsal, so I couldn't really, exactly pull off the I'm the assistant manager joke. I wasn't dressed for the part. It was quite obvious. I was
Assistant
not a
manager.
It would have been funny though. Did I read any books during my
Ina does come off as like a person who could pull off that role, assistant manager.
flight? Nope. I literally got on my flight. I had my first meal, and then I passed out.
Yeah.
And then I woke up like 30 minutes before the breakfast or the meal before.
What kind of superpowers do you have to be able to fall asleep on a plane for that long? Wow. Eat your meal, fall asleep, wake up right before breakfast? these flights take like 12 hours. So she must have been sleeping for, she must have gotten a full night's sleep. I'm so jealous. I don't think I've ever gotten a full night's sleep on a plane. Oh man. That's I don't know if Ina realizes how much of a superpower that is. I think Fauna has a hard time falling asleep on a plane as well, you know? That's I'm actually out of like all the things I've been jealous of, that's actually one of the, like, people who can just sleep when they want to. I think that those people make me jealous the most, to be honest. I wish I could just sleep whenever I want to. It's hard for me to fall asleep, guys. I look like this for a reason. Look at my eyes. I look like this for a reason.
For landing, which was very good. It would have been nice to be productive on the flight, but at the same time, getting that much sleep during a flight is pretty good.
Isn't it absolutely
Oh,
bonkers that you
ad.
can walk into
Gonna
a
have to
store,
edit this
give
out.
someone a piece of plastic and they will
So, perfect flight, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else was pretty standard. To be honest, it really doesn't feel like I'm overseas. Maybe it's because I've been in Japan too many times now.
Yeah.
My brain...
I get that feeling too. I've only been to Japan like 3 times, but like, you know, by the 3rd time I was like, I'm just kind of used to all of this. My mind isn't as blown as I used to be, like, at every single thing. But at the same time, I still like being there. It just feels like, you know, it just, I don't know, as an anime character, right? Look at me, I'm an anime character. I just kind of feel at home there. I don't know what it is. Even though I don't really speak the language, I speak a little Japanese, but like, yeah, I don't know. It's just compared to any other country. Like I went to, you know, I spent a little bit of time in the Taiwan airport, in the South Korean airport in Seoul, and I felt like I was in a completely different. I mean, like, I just didn't feel at home there. In Japan, I feel a little bit at home. Isn't that weird?
No. I mean, technically, I still can't read a lot of the signs and stuff, but my brain
True.
just processes it naturally. I think I'm just used to it. I do.
Now,
miss
Ina's definitely
my
been to
desk
Japan
at
way more
home.
than I have,
to
so I
say,
get, but
the
I get
desk
how
I
she
have
feels a
right
little
now
bit.
is quite interesting. Width-wise, it's
Mhm.
like a little smaller than what I have at home, but like depth-wise, I don't know how else to explain it. It's like 60% of my usual desk setup at home. So I'm missing quite a bit of real estate here. I
Yeah.
want to watch movies.
Plus, you're not really using monitor arms. I would assume you're probably, since you're like on the go, you probably have like monitor stands taking up like that already reduced desk space. I get what she's talking about.
In the theater, I want to watch Look Back. I was interested in watching it before.
Is that
I
a
left,
bingo
so
card?
went to watch in the theaters.
I think I've seen like trailers for this. Let me know if you've seen this. Look Back. Let me know if you've seen this, and if I should give it a shot. You know, if I should check it out. I don't know anything about it. Maybe Ina will sell it to me right now.
It was good. It was
Yeah?
good. I think if it comes into theaters, everyone should. I mean, I feel like if you're like a creative person, it's a
Mhm.
very meaningful kind of movie. It was good. Did you cry?
I don't know if I'm a creative person, but maybe I should watch this movie. And if I feel stuff, maybe I can actually officially call myself a creative person. According to Ina. Yeah, okay. I'll have Ina's like seal of approval. Okay, Neo counts as a creative person because he likes this movie. It spoke to him. That's how that works, right?
I. Yes. I might though.
I feel like a lot of the time when people talk about how good anime movies are, it's because it made them cry at a certain point. What is with like almost every fucking like anime movie always has a moment where it wants you to cry. Have you ever noticed that? Like even shonen anime, like Digimon, Pokemon, the first movie, like the Digimon movie, like both of these movies are like marketed to like little boys, right? Like yeah, fights, monsters and stuff, right? But then there's always a part in it that makes you want to cry. What the fuck?
It was good though. It was good. The good thing about Japanese movie theaters is that when you go to watch the movie, they give you like an item or like a gift for watching that movie. And
Oh, I just noticed this too. Yeah, I watched my first. I watched a movie in a Japanese theater for the first time on my last trip, and the movie, the movie was Deadpool and Wolverine. It's like there's no way I'm gonna watch a Japanese movie because I'm not gonna be able to understand what they're saying. Deadpool and Wolverine, they have the English dub with the Japanese subs. But like yeah, they have like little prizes. They give you for me maybe it's different for each movie theater, but like the one I went to had like little like Deadpool and Wolverine like fake money, right? It's like it looks really nice. Maybe I'll see if I can like flash a picture of it here. Right? I don't know. Yeah. I'll see if I can like remember to put that in when I edit this video.
And what I got was a postcard, like a postcard set, kind of the Genga.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
It's the keyframe, I think. So it was pretty nice. And usually you can like
That's nice.
after you watch the movie, if you really like it, you can go to like their shop that they have like
Yeah,
right
yeah.
beside their food concession, and you can buy like the guidebook. I think is what they call it of the movie.
Yeah, they got like little gift shop merch for like every movie that they're showing at the in that movie theater. Like there's like a little mini gift shop that has like everything. I think they're like when I went to watch Deadpool and Wolverine, there was also a Bocchi the Rock movie going, and I bought some Bocchi the Rock posters in that gift shop. It was really cool, really cool. I wish there was stuff like this in American movie theaters.
Movie, and they have like limited edition, I guess, special sketchbooks. You know that, you know the usual sketchbook you think of when you think of like a Japanese sketchbook, the yellow and green one.
Is this like an artist thing? I don't know. I don't know. Is it kind of like? Is it like finding like an art book, right? But like a little bit more. It's like a little bit extra, right? It's not just like buying like an art book for like a particular like franchise. You're getting like a sketchbook, right? You're getting like the process of making these characters or these scenes. It's a little bit more in depth than a normal art book. Interesting.
They had a lookbook. It's like
Yeah, that would be nice.
It's another way to support the movies too. It adds to
Yep.
the overall, I think, enjoyment of the movie. And the fact that everyone just waits until the end of the credits before leaving, I think that shows like good respect to whoever worked on the movie. I really
I kind of agree. I do. I think growing up, in America, I think that there is. I'm so used to just like leaving during the credits. But there are like obviously there are movies that make you want to stay until the end, because maybe there's like a Ferris Bueller kind of situation going on, right? That's an old reference, but like it was just like in Deadpool, like there was like a thing at the end of the movie. And by the way, if you haven't seen Deadpool and Wolverine, definitely wait until after the credits. That's like honestly one of the funniest scenes in the entire movie is at the end of the credits. Not even joking, no cap. If you know, you know. It's fucking great. It's fucking great. Oh my god, I'm thinking about it right now. Oh god damn it. Deadpool and Wolverine's such a fucking good movie. Watch it. Oh man. And yeah. But like, so it was easy to wait until after the credits for a Marvel movie, but like for a movie like the one she's watching, like I already forgot the name of it. Look Back. Yeah. I doubt there's gonna be anything at the end of the credits, and but you know, like everybody that's in those credits, they all worked hard for that movie, you know. And you know, like maybe it's a good sign. It really is just a good sign of respect. If you were like in those credits, wouldn't it be nice if like people actually stayed, you know, and saw your name, you know, at the end of a movie, right? Like put yourself in the shoes of anybody that's like on that credit roll, right? I kind of see it like that, and I kind of get it, and like I feel like I don't really have a good reason as to like to you know, to the contrary of that opinion, other than I just want to get on there with the rest of my day. You know, I'm an American. We don't do this kind of shit, right? Yeah, but like, you know, it's not exactly the best reason, you know, especially if you want to like, you know, if you want to care about the movie that you like, I guess. But maybe if you didn't like the movie, I guess it's kind of like, if you didn't like the movie, then maybe that's as good an excuse as any to not, you know, show that respect. It's like this movie did not for the Borderlands movie, right? Oh boy, have I heard about the Borderlands movie. I would be shocked if anyone were to like give you shit for like leaving, like even in Japan. I'd be shocked if anybody were to give you shit for leaving in the middle of the credits for a movie that bad, you know?
Too quite exciting. Mochi movie. I don't know if theaters around here still has the Mochi movie. They had the.
Oh, that Bochi movie has been going for a long time, I guess. Because she went there. She went to Japan way earlier, like a month before I did, maybe 2 months before I did. And it feels like if she's already talking about it, like leaving theaters, even like, you know, what is this? 13 days ago, it's still showing like maybe last week when I was there. Damn, that movie must have been there for a long time. Bochi is really popular in Japan, like really, really popular. I wonder if she represents something in Japanese culture. That's what I'm wondering.
Merch, actually, now that I think about it.
I love Bochi,
He
by
had
the way.
some of the leftover merch from when the movie. If I am Bochi, who is your kita?
That's a good question. Answer the question, Nina. We're all waiting.
I think maybe Bae.
Really? I don't really see them interact that often together. Oh, this is new lore for me. Oh, okay, I want to hear more about this. I'm so interested.
Bae does invite me to go out for food and stuff when I'm just like, hee, I'm in the apartment. But
See, that's what Bae is. I really like Bae a lot. She's like super considerate of other people. That really is like her best trait, to be honest.
I feel like Bae is also. Yeah, maybe Bae. I don't think she's an extrovert though. Kiara. I don't think she's an extrovert either. I mean, she has that energy, but she's the.
I want to know why she thinks Bae is not an extrovert. I really want to know. I really like to hear her expand her thoughts on that.
I'm gonna be charged by chilling with my cat kind of person.
Yeah. Kiara definitely is that.
People always confuse introvert, extrovert with like being outgoing and being like more shy and stuff.
Yeah.
Extroverted people are people who recharge by going out and hanging out with people and like socializing. The act of socializing recharges them. They're very, very different. So they do not exist. It may seem like they don't exist in our vicinity because, for example, Chat and I are very introverted people.
Yeah. I'm not part of Ina's chat, but I'm part of Fauna's chat a lot, and yeah, I feel like a lot of us they are definitely super introverted. I think Ina and Fauna have very similar fan bases. So I feel like a lot of the stuff that applies to Ina also applies to like Fauna, right?
Who likes to, watch YouTube and chill alone
Yep.
However,
Big true.
many more people. It's only 7. The day is only starting. Day hasn't even.
God damn it! I thought she was gonna get a little more detail into that. Well, this is gonna be an interesting video where I started out with like a whole like prediction tier list, and I thought it was a long video. I thought there was gonna be like more discussion about that topic, right? But I really am interested about the idea of Babe being actually an introvert, because I don't know how, like, I don't know. I don't know how I would see it. Obviously, Ina would probably know Bae more than any of us, right? Because she actually knows, like, how she is IRL. Right? And we only catch her during stream, but yeah, I'm very curious about that. Because Bae was like, to me, I felt like she was one of the more obvious examples of like an extrovert in Hololive. I put her up there. I spoke it with my chest. I think she is an extrovert. I didn't but you know, it is one of those things where it really is hard to tell sometimes.
Even started. It feels unreal to me. I think yesterday too, I went out to get like quote unquote lunch and stuff, and
Yeah?
I looked at the time, and it was like 10:30 in the morning, and it felt like I was awake for such a long time. I'm such a normal member of society in Japan. I'm so used to waking up at this hour. And then I remember one time I was going somewhere on taxi, and I got into the taxi and they were "Ohayo gozaimasu," and I was like, what? What do you mean it's Ohio? Isn't it like, shouldn't it be konnichiwa? And I looked at time, and it was like 10:30 in the morning. I was like, what?
Yo!
What do you mean Ohio? What do you mean it's not noon or past
It's not 12 yet. It can't be konnichiwa if it's not 12.
noon? It's actually morning? What do you mean I'm in Ohio?
This is me lately. I don't think I've, like, for the past week or so, or past few days since I got back from my trip, I don't think I've been able to, like, wake up at a normal time. I think I woke up early today, but only because, like, I forgot to put my phone on silent, and my phone, like, rang. Some spam caller just called me and woke me up. And, like, you know, like I said earlier, I just have a hard time going to sleep when I want to. So I just, like, oh, I guess I'm awake. Only got like maybe 3 or 4 hours of sleep, but and I guess this is how my day starts. Thank God for energy drinks. By the way, energy drink tier list coming soon. That's a sneak preview for you.
Part of me is happy that I am awake or am able to wake up at this hour. I don't know how true it's gonna stand.
Listen to the video. Subscribe to Ina. Subscribe to Made of Cherry 2. Like the video. Like my video. And then after you're done with all that, subscribe to me. Let's finish this up.
After I get more dance lessons and rehearsals in the upcoming weeks. But we will see. We will see how things go.
I'm glad Ina got to get an actual like sleep schedule going. That is hard to do. Of course, that might all change when she moves. She flies back home, and then she gets the jet lag. The horrible jet lag that I am currently experiencing is awful. That's not that bad. It's not that bad when you don't have like a crazy schedule, but still, you like to be able to have at least like a regular kind of schedule. Let's see what these comments say. What do you mean I'm in Hawaii? I just caught that. Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. he was getting that same, wow, I'm up at normal hours feeling. It's very amusing. Yeah, that's so weird. It's so crazy. Well, I guess that's all I got up for this reaction video. This was this is gonna be a long fucking video. Holy shit. Why are all my reactions so long? Do I really talk that much? Jesus, I do. I guess that's why I don't know, because I don't know how to cut these down, you know? Like I want to get all my thoughts out there. Yeah, I don't know. But like, yeah, I know the shorter form like clip reaction videos are like gonna get more like views and stuff, but like fucking A. I just enjoy like really just like thinking, talking about like what I'm thinking when I watch these clips. And I had a lot to say on like this topic, obviously, right? So this is kind of like a little bit of a bonus, like this is more of I guess this was more of a tier list video with a bonus clip attached to it. I don't know. Should I put this as like 2 videos? Okay. I think this is gonna be like one of the last times I'm gonna do like an experiment like this. I'm just gonna like put out the whole video, see how it goes when I'm like combine like basically both my tier list, my little. Okay, it's not a tier list, not a real tier list. My introvert, extrovert, and Hololive analyses. Combine it with this clip. I don't think that's the best way to do it. I think intuitively, I think the better way to do it would be to separate the 2 parts of the clip, right? And have them go out like separately. But you know, I'm still new. I'm still new to all this YouTube stuff, so I just kind of want to experiment a bit right now, you know? I'm not feeling too pressured to try to get like all the clicks, all the views right now. I just kind of want to do what feels fun, feels good, you know. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling like doing. So anyway, that's all for this reaction / tier list video. Let me know what you think about like you know, where would you put, you know, what do you agree with my list? Obviously Ina doesn't, right? Like she already disagrees with Bae, but yeah, with the whole Bae thing. But yeah, what do you think? Do you think Bae is what do you think? Do you think she's an introvert or an extrovert, right? And you know, what are your thoughts on the rest of the list I had? Yeah, I'm very curious to hear your thoughts. If you actually managed to make it this far into the video, you know, especially, I'd be surprised. I'd honestly, like, shout out, like, leave a comment and let me know if you made it to the end of the video. Please, like, I really want to know if you actually did. I have a hard time believing anybody ever makes it to the end of my videos, to be honest. So if you leave a comment, I would know for sure, and that'd be kind of cool. Anyway, this is Neo. Bye. Later.
Is this easy mode?